Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I did a video earlier this morning about this terrorist attack that took place in New Orleans this morning where 10 people were killed and dozens more injured. At that time, when I spoke about it this morning, a lot of those details had not emerged yet. So I went in, got rid of that video, wanted to do something more updated so that I could give people the correct information. And so that's what I'm doing now. So the first thing we're going to do is listen to a quick official news release special report by CBS.
What else do we know that I did not outline here at the top?
Well, there are some indications of premeditation by the suspect here. Law enforcement sources telling CBS News this individual had rented an Airbnb in a neighborhood of New Orleans. Also, FBI in their statement released moments ago indicating they believe the suspect here had rented that Ford pickup truck, of course, a vehicle capable of traveling at a high rate of speed, Major. Beyond that, maneuvering around bollards, although there is a question of how the city of New Orleans prepared for New Year's Day and, some of the public crowds that were expected. Questions remaining, though, for the FBI, that is the lead in this investigation. Were there any accomplices? And one of the questions that law enforcement is looking into is how that vehicle was rented or obtained. Was there any negligence there? Who might have known about this? Was there any leakage in the run-up to this attack, which was clearly meticulously planned on the part of this suspect? Are there any hints of radicalization? We know this individual, a U.S. citizen from Texas. Was there any travel in the days, weeks, and months ahead of this incident, Major?
And Nicole, we would assume search warrants being executed at that Airbnb and possibly at the vehicle in the scene on Bourbon Street.
As well as the suspect's home back in Texas, Major. And in addition to that, a full digital and forensic scrub trying to determine, who this individual interacted with in the days and weeks ahead of this attack, how they might have been inspired or directed. Of course, you mentioned that ISIS flag. No indication at this point. ISIS has not taken credit or responsibility for this attack. Law enforcement officials I'm speaking with say it looks to be more of an inspired lone wolf attack, but at this point, too early in the investigation to say for sure. One of the big questions that law enforcement will be looking into.
Scott McFarland.
Yeah, the FBI doesn't use the term terrorism investigation casually. You have to hit a whole bunch of metrics to qualify for the FBI to actually say that, to iterate that this is a terrorism investigation, and they've done so unequivocally. And yeah, they say they're investigating the potential affiliations of this attacker to see what that ISIS flag might have meant, what a motive might have been, and certainly were there others who were plotting, planning, conspiring, or knowledgeable about this attack. We know the president has returned to Camp David from Delaware today. He spoke briefly as he was boarding the plane and said he talked to the mayor of New Orleans, that the mayor is angry and frustrated, but that he will speak again today about what he's found. He was asked questions about, details about the attack or motives, and he said, let me get fully briefed before I answer questions about that. He's expected to speak today, likely from Camp David, to give some kind of update. But I'll also note, New Orleans has been concerned about just this type of attack, a vehicular attack in a big pedestrian area. Specifically, they were concerned about the French Quarter and Bourbon Street. 7 years ago, in a city memo, they detailed possible plans to change the security, to limit car traffic in that area. They said in that 2017 memo, they're worried about somebody with a car triggering a mass casualty incident.
Okay, let's stop right there. So I just wanted you guys to have kind of an updated perspective on this. Again, when I did an original video this morning, I did not have all of this information about where ISIS was a possible culprit in it, although you heard what they said. ISIS themselves as a terrorist group has not taken credit for this attack, so it could have been kind of a lone wolf attack. But with that said, the vehicle who did run through the crowd and kill 10 people and injure dozens of others did have an ISIS flag hanging from the back of the vehicle. And also, our officials are calling this a terrorist attack. All right. And they, as they just said there, they do not say that lightly. And if they didn't feel pretty confident that that's exactly what this was, I don't believe they would be saying it. But anyway, that's kind of the updates for now. And I'll be watching this. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below if you have especially any more details on this. All right, talk to you guys later. All right, peace.